Perhaps you'd be more comfortable at Applebee's.
The tasting menu, please.
The tasting menu is $350 per person. It's quite an investment. We have bistro menu that might be more approachable.
Marcus DeVille sat alone at a corner table at Le Bernardin in New York City, one of the most prestigious restaurants in America. He wore dark jeans and a plain black sweater, his weathered notebook open beside him. His graying hair was slightly disheveled, reading glasses perched on his nose. "I'll have the tasting menu," he said quietly to the server, closing his menu. Jordan Pierce, a young server on only his third week, hesitated visibly. "Sir, the tasting menu is $350 per person. Plus wine pairings. It's quite an investment." His eyes scanned Marcus's casual attire. "We have a bistro menu that might be more approachable." Marcus felt the weight of being judged. But he'd been coming to restaurants like this for 40 years. "The tasting menu, please," he repeated gently but firmly. Jordan glanced at his colleague and lowered his voice, though not quietly enough. "I'm just trying to save him embarrassment when the check comes." His tone was patronizing. He clearly doesn't understand what he's ordering. Another server nodded knowingly. A nearby table of suited executives glanced over, one smirking. The sommelier watched the interaction with a raised eyebrow. Marcus had reviewed thousands of restaurants across 5 decades. Every technique he'd observed, every dish he'd analyzed, every chef whose career he'd followed or helped launch. This was supposed to be a quiet research visit. "Please ask the chef to come out," Marcus said calmly. "Tell him Marcus DeVille would like to greet him before the meal." Jordan's eyes flickered with irritation, but he walked toward the kitchen. Moments later, the executive chef, Emmanuel Laurent, pushed through the kitchen doors. His face transformed from curiosity to pure joy to horror as he saw Marcus sitting alone. "Monsieur DeVille." He rushed over. "Why didn't you tell me you were coming?" Jordan stood frozen, his face going from confused to pale. Chef Laurent turned to him, voice sharp with disbelief and disappointment. "Do you know who you just patronized?" He looked at Marcus apologetically. "This is Marcus DeVille. He doesn't need a bistro menu." He paused, letting the gravity sink in. "He's the chief restaurant critic for the New York Times. He's reviewed Le Bernardin 3 times. He gave us our 3-star rating." His voice dropped. "He's the most respected food critic in America." The dining room went silent. Even the kitchen sounds seemed to quiet. Marcus looked at Jordan with more sadness than anger. "I dress casually because I don't want special treatment. I want to experience what every customer experiences." He closed his notebook. "But perhaps tonight I'll dine at 11 Madison Park instead, where they remember that hospitality isn't about judging wallets, it's about honoring every guest." Chef Laurent's voice was tight with controlled fury. "Jordan, HR will speak with you." Immediately, Jordan was fired that evening. Marcus's review the following week praised Le Bernardin's food but noted concerning lapses in service culture. The restaurant implemented immediate retraining for all staff. True sophistication doesn't announce itself with designer labels, it observes quietly and judges based on substance, not appearance. Never dismiss the guest in simple clothes. They might be holding the pen that writes your restaurant's future. Drop a red heart if you believe service is an art.